All right, let's dive in. Today, we're exploring a really profound idea from a source guided by a cosmic dragon, of all things, named Zoran. And the concept is this. Each of us has what's called an inner Christmas tree, a kind of framework of divine energy just waiting to be lit up. So what on earth does that actually mean? And how do we flip the switch? Let's unpack it.
So, our journey starts with these powerful words from Zoran. It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? Why do we spend so much time looking outside of ourselves for light, for answers, when this suggests that the entire cosmos is just a reflection of the light we already have right inside us?
And that leads us to our first step, a cosmic invitation from Zoran himself. He welcomes us into what he calls the eternal classroom. Now, this isn't some physical place. It's a state of being, a space inside every single one of us, where we can start to see past the illusion that we're somehow separate from the universe.
And this invitation is really built on this one ancient universal principle. As above, so below. As within, so without. You've probably heard this before, but let's really think about what it means. It's the foundation for everything we're talking about today. The idea is that the whole vast, magnificent universe is basically a giant mirror of our own inner world. What's happening inside you is reflected out there.
And that brings us to this amazing central metaphor, your inner Christmas tree. I know, it sounds a little whimsical, but stick with me because it's actually a really powerful way to visualize our own divine energetic structure. So let's actually build this tree, piece by piece, and see how it all connects.
Okay, first things first. Every tree needs a solid trunk, right? Well, for our inner tree, that trunk is your spine. Just imagine it for a second. The central pillar of your being, giving you stability, keeping you aligned, and holding everything else up. It's the foundation.
And what's a Christmas tree without lights? So, strung along that spinal trunk are the bulbs. These are your energy centers, what many traditions call the chakras. But think of them as these radiant, shimmering points of pure life and potential. They're not just decorations. Each one is like a glowing gateway to a different aspect of your awareness.
But how do you get power to the bulbs? You need wiring, of course. And this part is just fascinating. The source points to our fascia network. This is this incredible, intelligent web of connective tissue that literally surrounds every single muscle and organ in your body. It acts as a kind of biological superconductive circuit, carrying light and energy to connect the entire system. It's the whole shebang. And now for the grand finale, the crowning star that sits right on top. This, the source says, is your pineal gland, often called the sacred third eye. It's tucked deep inside the center of your brain, and it's seen as this portal to your highest intuition and universal wisdom. So there you have it. Trunk, bulbs, wiring, and a star. A complete, divine framework that exists inside you right now.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds pretty mystical, pretty out there. And you know what? It is. But here's the kicker. The source makes a really compelling point that this inner Christmas tree isn't just a spiritual fairy tale. It's a truth that's actually being echoed in its own way by modern science.
Just look at this. It's like two different paths hiking up the same mountain and arriving at the exact same truth. On one side, you have all this ancient wisdom, yogis, Taoists, mystics, all talking about inner energy, inner fire, chakras. And on the other side, modern science. Think about neuroplasticity, the proven idea that we can literally rewire our brains with our thoughts. That sounds a lot like choosing to light up your inner tree, doesn't it? Or quantum physics, which tells us that just by observing something, we change it. Both paths, ancient and modern, are pointing to the same incredible reality. We have way more power to shape our inner world than we ever thought possible.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but if this inner tree is a real, tangible thing, how do we actually, turn it on? How do we flip the switch? Well, the source provides a practice for this, a kind of simple meditation called Drago's Trial, designed to consciously activate all this potential.
Let's just walk through a really simplified version. First, you just root yourself in presence. Sit up straight, feel that spine like the trunk of a great tree, connecting you deep into the earth. Second, you awaken the bulbs with your breath. You just move your awareness up your spine, breathing into each energy center, visualizing each little bulb starting to glow brighter and brighter.
And finally, you activate that pineal star. You bring all your focus to the very center of your brain and just imagine that star bursting with light and see that light cascading all the way down the tree, illuminating everything.
So, we've built the tree, and we've learned a way to light it up. But now we come to what is, for me, the most profound, the most empowering insight in this entire explainer. This is the truth that really changes everything.
And it's a very fair question, right? Because let's be real, life isn't always bright and shiny. We all have those moments, those days, even weeks of struggle, of fear, of darkness. So, what gives? If we have this brilliant, radiant tree inside us, where is it then? Why don't we feel it all the time?
And the answer from the source is so simple and yet so powerful. The light is never extinguished. It doesn't flicker, it doesn't turn off. It is eternal, it is constant. It's just obscured sometimes. It's hidden behind the clouds of our doubt or our fear, and it's just patiently, quietly, waiting for our attention to return to it.
And this final quote from Zoran just brings it all home so perfectly. This whole journey, it's not about trying to create light. It's not a job. It's not something you have to build from scratch. The journey is simply about recognition. It's about remembering to turn your awareness back to the brilliant, divine light that has always been on. It's a fundamental part of who you are, and it's never, ever gone away.
And that leaves us with this final, really provocative thought. It completely reframes the question. It's no longer, how do I find my light, or how do I turn it on? The new question is, my light is eternal. It's always on. So how will I share it? That's a powerful shift. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.